on the bottom. You guys.
Hey guys, I'm showing you guys NBA.
Do you think America can be labeled to one stereotype?
I think America can be labeled to not one stereotype, as it is a happy melting pot of all of the American cultures. If I was to say it was labeled to one stereotype, it would be ignorant of the fact that I am in fact a stupid idiot and have given no thought to this whatsoever. America, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Suck it for ha! That's Minecraft. Let's play. Minecraft. Switch.
Following a long absence from the public eye, North Korea's Kim Jong-un makes a rare public appearance.
Drivers A and B are semis going 200 miles per hour down the freeway in adjacent lanes. They're in an unspoken race and have been for the last consecutive 300 miles, with neither having stopped for gas as of yet. Both drivers passed their destinations long ago, but shunned it in favor of winning the race. As both eclipse the peak of the hill, driver A spots a 10-degree curve in the road ahead. Accordingly, he lightly applies the brakes so they may slow to 190 miles per hour by the time he has to start following the crease. Immediately upon doing so, his brakes incinerate in their whole and complete entirety. Driver B is quick to follow, as he soon too spots a gradual change in direction. Unfortunately, his brakes fare the same. Digesting the current predicament, Driver A decides to give his car even more of a boost to maximize his torque power. As he begins to further accelerate and approach 230 miles per hour, Driver B tries to match him, only to have his gas pedal get stuck all the way in the floorboard in the down position. Unfortunately, his semi is still unable to match his opponent's speed. In a last-ditch effort, Driver B leaves the wheel to go latch his vehicle to Driver A's. He completes the connection as Driver A barely handles the curve in the road, but only 100 feet after the turn is a sign announcing the entirety of the roads in a mile due to road work. Driver A manages to glimpse enough of the sign before it's behind him to guess its meaning. He seeks further down the road to find there is in fact no road ahead, where it was supposed to be gave way to a mere shell of a bridge overlooking a chasm of which no bottom could be seen. After a few seconds of processing the situation, Driver A gambles that the road might resume only a few hundred feet after it ends. With that in mind, he accelerates his vehicle even further until his gas pedal, like Driver B's, gets stuck all the way in the down position. Meanwhile, after Driver B has connected the two vehicles in an additional 5 places, he looks up from the job to also realize the canyon ahead. Factoring in that both trucks were now firmly bound together, traveling well over 250 miles per hour without any means of braking, and barely able to turn more than 10 degrees, he reluctantly decides to gamble on the same thing Driver A is hoping for. Unfortunately, both of Driver A's 40-gallon gas tanks are almost dry, and the last thing they need is less force propelling them forward and more dead weight. Driver A rolls down his window and begins shouting the orders of Driver B. With no time to lose, Driver B retrieves his pail, opens up both gap caps, and begins bailing gas from his vehicle into Driver A's, while both vehicles are capping at max speed. After at most a few seconds, both vehicles violently explode, first from their fluctuating fuel levels, and then subsequently from their explosive payloads they were hauling the whole time. The two vehicles, joined by 6 steel ties in various locations, stick together as they are thrown hundreds of feet off the ground, and begin to spin about so brutally on all 3 axes that solely the torque on the 2 trucks would be enough to shred them to pieces. 5 seconds later, the remains of the 2 vehicles, still tied together in a few locations, fly over the end of the road and begin to fall a good 15-20 seconds before flattening at the bottom of the canyon. For better or worse, where they hit on the canyon floor lay a nuclear power plant, and it too blew up, where its main reactor was obliterated by the remaining larger fragments of Driver B's truck. The resulting blast of the power plant was more than enough to destabilize all the walls in the canyon on either side and make the whole chasm collapse in on itself. There were more than $7 billion worth of property on the canyon floor and over 30,000 people. All said and done, 3 megatons of explosives were detonated, and not even the slightest trace of either vehicle has been found as of yet. You are the insurer of both drivers. What do you do?